bunch of Brady Bunch stuff, don't you think?
Well, that's true. I think when people are doing a TV show and they're not doing it anymore, then a lot of people think they go away because they're not in front of millions of people every week on a regular basis. But careers go on, and mine's been very diversified, extremely diversified, and that's one of the ways I've been able to maintain a career for now 53 years. So in addition to acting on the show, I've recorded albums, of course, and worked in Las Vegas. I've toured over 85 different productions for musical theater. Some of the great classic shows like Oklahoma and The Music Man, West Side Story, Sound of Music, all over the country and on Broadway. I've been a DJ. I have been a producer. I wrote Growing Up Brady, and that was a bestseller. I've just completed a 7-year run in Branson, Missouri. Now, can I see hands of anybody that's ever heard of or knows about Branson, Missouri? Oh, wow. Oh, okay. See, in LA, then I'll go, huh? But here, I'm just really almost a neighbor. I'm just south of here, and kind of on the border of Arkansas, and love it there. I was doing about 125 shows a year in a show called the 70s Music Celebration. 70s Music Celebration. So it was all 70s. I had over 60 songs in the show, all from the 70s. And I was living the Johnny Bravo dream. I mean, electric guitar and acoustical, would have different sections and go through the different types of music throughout the show. But with 125, 130 shows a year, it didn't leave a lot of time to do anything else. So I moved there, but I was very happy with the show. It was very well received, but I really felt that I had done what I went there to do with it. And so I retired that show and continued to live in Branson, which I love. And now I kind of pick and choose. So that has opened up my schedule to include weekends like this to come out and say hello and be a part of the Wizard World cons and to share other projects that are going on and the like. So currently, the Brady Bunch has a sitcom and a cartoon show and a variety hour. And then the Brady Girls Got Married, and then the Brady Brides. We had a Very Brady Christmas. Then we had the Bradys. Then we had 2 movies. And then we had Growing Up Brady, my own book. So every few years, there's been a lot of Bradiness, and now we have a Very Brady renovation. And that is HG Home and Garden TV. Bought the Brady house, the original Brady house, which was just a house, kind of a random house at that. And many of you probably know, didn't match the inside of what we know is the house from the inside. So we'd show the outside and then go film the inside of the soundstage on Paramount Studios. Well, HG wants to recreate what it looked like on TV in real life. And so they're creating a series out of that. And for the first time in 15 years, we all got back together to work on the series and be a part of it. So we have all 6 kids. I love that. May all of you hit your 60s and have people calling you a kid. And the take on this show will be an assignment by each of us. So Eve Plum will have one section, the living room, we'll say. So she'll be in charge of recreating the staircase and the coffee table with the horse on it. Maureen McCormick might be in charge of the kitchen because she loves orange Formica. I'm working with Lara Spencer from Good Morning America and HG, and Lara and I are going to do Mike's Den, his architectural den, and Greg's groovy attic. And it's a very, very extensive renovation of the house. So they're blowing out the walls. We're going deep into the backyard. They're going to lower the backyard by almost 2 feet in order to achieve the staircase in the second story without interrupting what we know as the facade. And it will go on for a year. And that ties into the Brady Bunch's 50th anniversary of the first airing from 1969. So that's when that will air, and it'll be in about four to six different episodes. And it will be heavily clip-laden, so that we'll be talking about, I remember when Tiger, went into his doghouse, and that's where I found Kitty Carryall. And other important, momentous events. And then they will show the clip. And then we'll build a house. Now, of course, I know that Christopher Knight already has an order in for AstroTurf, but we may actually use grass there. So it's an exciting project that I'll keep bouncing back and forth from Los Angeles and my home in Branson to do this year. After I finished doing the 70s music celebration, I created my own little band, a trio, called Barry Williams and the Traveleers. And I named it the Traveleers because we travel to you. I don't work much in Branson itself proper. There are over 100 different shows there. I go out and do all manner of events. It's a very intimate kind of evening with an electric guitar player. I play acoustic guitar. My wife is part of it. She plays Polynesian percussion, which I love. A bunch of instruments I can't even name, but they all make noise and they're fun and they're great and they keep time. And she's also a professional singer. So all manner of things. Sometimes, even when I will come to a con, they'll hire us to come as a band. So we'll play and sign autographs, take pictures, and then in the evening we'll have a separate little get down and do some, I wouldn't say rock and roll, but classic 70s kinds of music, songs that you can sing along with. It's not kind of songs that people like myself grew up with or are still in rotation today in classic music, sometimes called oldies, but goodies. It's an interactive kind of show, and I use screens with pictures from the Brady Bunch and from other things that I've done that we've set to music and the like. So that's been a lot of fun. And I'm very excited too, and I'll give you a chance later to look at, because I asked them, I have flyers for this, and I want to pass these out for you. I've created a cruise that has never been done before called Classic TV Stars Cruise. Classic TV Stars Cruise. And the title tells you a lot about what this cruise is going to be about, but let me just kind of set the picture for you, the vision. It's Celebrity Cruise Lines, big 2,800 passenger cruise ship out of Fort Lauderdale, 6 days into the Western Caribbean. So we're from Fort Lauderdale to Grand Cayman. We will go from Grand Cayman to Costa Maya, from Costa Maya to Cozumel, and then back to Fort Lauderdale. And I have put together a dozen classic TV stars, people that we all know, people that we grew up with, people that we've only really had a chance to know on television, and 800 passengers that booked this. Thank you so much. This is what I was talking about now. I got enough for everyone that would like one. And so a group of a dozen classic TV stars that you've only been able to know on television, or briefly in situations like this where we sign an autograph, where we take a picture. This you'll be hanging out, you'll be touring with, you'll be cruising with, you will be eating. We have wine tasting, all manner of activities, shore excursions. For instance, Dawn Wells has just joined the cruise. So when we get to Grand Cayman, we're going to do a Gilligan's Island treasure hunt.
Whoa.
At the end of which, buried, or some lucky person who follows the clues, will find a tiki idol from the Brady Bunch episode.
Take my money, Barry Williams. There's no cottage hog hunting. Daddy's going on a cruise with Barry
Williams. This is an actual credit card.
As you know, there's no money on it, but you can have it.
Well, that you mentioned that. It is actually pretty reasonably priced. It starts at $1,400 per person for the 6-day cruise, which by cruising standards is pretty nominal. And it's going to be packed with a lifetime of experiences in a way only you can get with this. So that's what I'm excited. That goes out next November. And I thought, in particular, I wanted to talk about this here because wouldn't it be nice to go into the Caribbean for a week in November?
There you go.
What part of take my money do you know?
So let me run some of the people by. How many people go all the way back to Lassie? John Provost. Wow. You're not just a dad. You could be
I'm a man with mental issues. So take my money, Barry Williams.
Kathy Garver from Family Affair. Mary Ellen from The Waltons. Judy Norton. John Schneider, Dukes. We have Greg Evigan from BJ and the Bear. A guy that I grew up with as a child actor, Butch Patrick. Butch Patrick from Eddie Munster. We have, who else is going? Willie Ames. Willie Ames will be with us. I don't even have to guess anymore because they're all. Jimmy Walker is coming, also my friend of mine. And so when we do shows and do things, everyone will get to express their talent. Now, my band, I was talking about Travelers, we're going to be the host band. So, like, when everybody gets there, by the pool, we'll set up and then we'll do the sail away for about 45 minutes. Tell people what to expect and what's going on. Everybody gets to know each other by the pool with the sun going down and off into the ocean. Then we'll have a variety show on the last night where all the celebrities will lend whatever their particular and unique talents are. So in Jimmy's case, it will be comedy. John Schneider is scheduling a concert to do. Greg Evigan is also a singer, so he'll probably be singing. Kathy Garver is going to volunteer to do a little cooking segment. So things like that. And so you'll have a chance to get to know, and of course we'll have panels like this. You won't need to come to mine, because we will have already covered that. And so that's coming up. So those are some of the things that are kind of on the hopper right now and in my world, and will keep me busy and moving forward. And when I'm not doing all that, I'm enjoying Table Rock Lake, which is this enormous lake in southern Missouri, where I live. I overlook that. And I'm boating and swimming and taking it easy and enjoying life.
And apparently drinking the blood of virgins because you still look like you're in your 30s. You I just hit 51 and I look older than Greg Brady. Damn it!
It's interesting you mention that. My hair has probably been gray for 15 years or 20 years. And I kept, it's hard to make that transition for some people, right, man? Maybe. And then when I finished doing my show in Branson, I thought, wait, I don't really have to do that anymore. And so I just let it grow out, and here we are. And I'm a lot happier. And but it changes. But after 50 years, there are going to be some changes. This, however, I've had for 40 of them. It still fits. So I'm fine.
Yeah, I was curious. The Brady Bunch, man, that was my wheelhouse. I grew up watching that, loving that. You had in Wrench and all the different iterations. Why do you feel the first incarnation, with as popular as the Bradys have always remained, why do you feel that one was really kind of the template, and no other version after that could grab audiences the same way? Why do you think that was?
I think that speaks to the genius of Sherwood Schwartz and what he was creating. There are a number of elements that are really subtle about the Brady Bunch that I think made the real connection with people and it caused it to be multi-generational and appreciated, that you might not know if you didn't really understand him and what he was trying to do, because unlike most family shows, or many family shows where you have caricatures of kids, the smart one, the egocentric one, the athlete, the whatever it is, the one who's into some strange kind of hobby.
Why do you look at me? Paranormal boy?
Because I know you have a few. So what he wanted to do was create a show about kids that were real kids. Indeed, they used our personalities quite a bit, the writers did, for stories.